We're going to look at micro lesson 10, which is fast and deep breathing. So first, looking at fast breathing, you're going to choose any one of the fast breathing techniques from type 1 to type 6. And then you're going to give an introduction about the fast breathing practice. So you're going to talk about which type it is and a little bit of information about it. So you know that the introduction is always there to create interest in your students. And then you're going to explain the benefits, why we would want to do the fast breathing practice. After that, you're going to explain the precautions, and then you're going to be giving instructions for the practice. Now, one thing that is important, you'll see that bottom point, demonstration is optional. The complete practice should take about 3 minutes with 30 seconds of practice for each round. Either 2 or 3 rounds should be practiced. So you don't have to give a demonstration for the fast breathing practice. It's up to you, whatever you feel more comfortable with doing, though I do feel it is important to explain a little bit about the practice, so explaining how you're going to be getting them to breathe. So especially if you're going to do one of the types from 2 to 6, you need to talk about the pranava mudra, you need to talk about what nostril is going to be blocked, and then you also want to talk about how you're going to start at a normal pace, you're going to be increasing the speed of the inhalation and exhalation till it's at quite a fast pace, and then you're going to start slowing it down. So I think it's really important to explain that beforehand so they have a good understanding of what they'll be doing, because it's not always a comfortable practice for everybody to do. So talking a little bit about how the practice is done. Then you see we move on to number 4, so instructions for a comfortable and relaxed meditative position. So the students should always be nice and relaxed before they start any kind of breathing practice. So that is there for every yoga class. You always need to have that body awareness and breath awareness before doing any kind of pranayama. So you're going to bring awareness to the breath, giving any kind of relaxation instructions, and then you're going to be giving instructions for the fast breathing. Okay, and here you see the point, the speed should be raised and lowered steadily, and instructions should be rhythmic. So you're slowly increasing the speed till it's at a fast speed, which you'll maintain for a short period of time, and then you're going to be decreasing it. And then you're going to be concluding the practice and asking them to release that meditative pose. So it's quite a short practice, the fast breathing, as we mentioned. 30 seconds of practice for each round in total, so it's not very long. And it's good if you can do at least 2 rounds of practice in there. So that's about your fast breathing. Then we have our deep breathing. So you can choose a ratio, whether it's 4:4, 4:6, or 4:8. So that means inhaling 4 counts and exhaling 4 counts. Then one other point we want to explain is that deep breathing isn't actually pranayama, it's just a preparation for pranayama. So just that can be an important point for people to understand, because otherwise they think that any simple breathing is proper pranayama. So just talking about that, and then you're going to give a nice introduction to what deep breathing is about, how it's going to be helpful for them, what the benefits are, and you can also talk a little bit about how you want them to be practicing. So here you'll see it says explain the precautions, explain the importance of steadiness, no strain, and the correct ratio. So I find it's important to explain that they should be breathing slowly throughout the whole practice. They shouldn't be inhaling in steps. So they shouldn't inhale a little bit, then hold, then inhale a bit, then hold. They should be continuously inhaling for the full 4 counts, and then the full 4, 6, or 8 counts, whatever it may be. So it shouldn't be jerky at all, and it shouldn't be that they inhale everything in, say, 2 counts and they're just holding and waiting for the exhalation. Okay, so everything should be very gradual. So that's important to explain before they actually go and do it. Then you're going to get them to come into a comfortable, relaxed, meditative position and start talking about breath awareness, relaxation instructions. Because if you want to do deep breathing, you want to make sure that they're relaxed straight away, because otherwise they're not going to be able to breathe deeply. They're going to be breathing very shallow, like in the chest. So you need to give that information. Then instructions for slow, deep inhalation and exhalation. So starting to get them to be more aware of their breath, to try and slow down their breath, to try and deepen their breath. And you might want to talk a little bit also here about when we inhale deeply, the belly's going to come out, and when we exhale, the belly's going to come in. Okay, so that movement of the belly, so they'll understand if they're breathing deeply or if they're breathing in their chest. And the shoulders should pretty much be staying quite relaxed. If we're breathing a lot in our chest area or our clavicular area, then the shoulders are going to be moving. And that goes for the fast breathing as well. We don't want our shoulders to be moving up and down all the time. Okay, then we move to number 7. So instructions for deep breathing, following the counts, and clapping. Clapping is optional. So it depends on how big your class is. If you want to be doing clapping, sometimes you can be tapping something, sometimes you can just be counting, but it does help to keep the rhythm. So sometimes it might be that you can't keep talking, or you can't be saying the numbers all the time, or maybe you need to clear your throat, or you need a cough or something like that, and it's hard for you to continue to talk. So having that clapping there to keep the rhythm is really helpful. Some people like to click. There's lots of different options, but it does help to have that continuous rhythm, and that is something that people often underestimate when they're new to teaching breathing, is that you need to be able to keep that consistent rhythm. So here you'll see the instructions should be smooth and rhythmic, and then concluding the practice, then releasing the meditative pose. So you'll see that lower point there is demonstration is optional. Generally, if you're going to give the instructions, you can talk about how you're going to be inhaling for 4 counts, exhaling for 4 counts. If it's not comfortable, they can make it less. You can talk a little bit about where they should be breathing. That's pretty much enough. They don't need to see a demonstration of that. The lesson about 5 minutes, including instructions, and a practice of 2 minutes. So if you do 2 rounds, then that's going to be sufficient. So that's a little bit about our deep breathing. Now looking at our checklist for micro lesson 10. So first, making sure that you're going to give the introduction. So whether it's the fast breathing or the deep breathing, you need to give a nice introduction to create that interest. And then moving to explanation of the practice. So again, for fast breathing and deep breathing, remembering you've got the option of a demonstration if you prefer. Otherwise, a nice explanation is important. You can talk about do's and don'ts. So for example, if you're doing fast breathing, you can also talk about, say, not raising the shoulders up and down. Also, what can happen with fast breathing is some people really clench their face. They make this funny face. So it's important that the face stays nice and relaxed. And they are trying to breathe deeply. Okay, not shallow breathing with the fast breathing. So there's lots of do's and don'ts that you can go through. They're in the book. Then we've got the benefits, so talking on benefits, and then moving on to any precautions that they need to be taken care of. And then moving to instructions for the practice. So you want to make sure that they've got a nice sitting position. Everyone should be upright. Their shoulders should be relaxed. The chest should be open. Their head should be up. Is also important, because if they're hunching, if they're putting their head down, then it's much more difficult to breathe. So correct sitting position. Then you want to make sure that there's some time for breath awareness. So just becoming aware of how the breath is. And in fact, you also want to have that body awareness beforehand too. So noticing how the body's feeling, then how is the breath, how is the flow of the breath, You might want to talk a little bit about the diaphragm, and then you can talk about the speed as well of the breath. And then moving to the actual practice of the breathing technique. So fast or deep breathing, so the speed that you're going to be doing it with. So for fast breathing, of course, you want to be starting slow and then building up that speed till it's a high speed and then reducing it. And for the deep breathing, of course, you want to be saying 1 count for each second. Okay, so you don't want to be speeding it up there or making it too slow either. So rhythm is important for both. Giving instructions for inhalation and exhalation. So you want to say the right one. You don't want to say exhalation when it's an inhalation. And then the length of time that you're going to be giving for the breathing practice. Then corrections as necessary. So for those, of course, you can talk a little bit about how they should be beforehand, and if someone is making mistakes during the practice, you will find it difficult to say it while you're doing it, but in between the rounds you can talk a little bit about it. Like you might say, okay, I noticed in fast breathing that many of you are not very relaxed when you're doing it, or you're kind of clenching your face, so this time try to have your face more relaxed. So you can say that kind of thing in between, because it's very hard for you to be saying anything else apart from the counting when you're doing the breathing. Then of course your voice should be nice and peaceful, relaxed, confident, and also body language should be comfortable for everybody. So that's about our micro lesson checklist, and we'll move on to a demonstration of fast and deep breathing. Hurry on. So we're going to do micro lesson 10 fast breathing, and we're going to do type number 5. So fast breathing is a really helpful technique for us to increase our lung capacity, to help open up the passages, to improve our breathing techniques like pranayama. So it's a really good preparation for pranayama, and it's very helpful if you do feel that you've got like a little bit of mucus, a little bit of a blocked nose. It will help to clear that out really easily. It will also help to increase your energy. So if you're feeling a little bit tired, a little bit lethargic, practicing a couple of rounds of fast breathing will make you feel very energized. And it's also a very good technique for increasing the oxygen levels in your body, so the carbon dioxide levels will decrease. So fast breathing, like we've got 6 different types of fast breathing. As I said, we're going to be doing type number 5. Type number 5 is where we're going to be inhaling with our right nostril and exhaling with our left nostril. So to do this, we want to be using the Pranava Mudra. So that's where we're going to be bending our index and our middle fingers so that they're touching our palm, and then we're going to press our thumb against our index and our ring finger against our middle one, and our little finger will just be there as a support. So this is a way that we can move between the nostrils, so we'll be blocking nostrils. So we'll be inhaling with the right nostril, blocking the right nostril, and exhaling left. Okay, so inhaling right, exhaling left. So this is our way of doing it. Now with fast breathing, what we're going to be doing is starting off slowly and then building the pace till it's quite a fast speed. We'll do that for a short amount of time, and then we will reduce it and come back to normal. Okay, so this is the practice of fast breathing. Now, I've already given you the benefits, but before we do the practice, you need to know the precautions. Now, with fast breathing, you are going to be vitalizing the body a lot, and if someone has high blood pressure, it is possible that it can make it a little bit worse, because it is having that stimulating effect. It can increase the blood pressure. So better to avoid it in those cases. Also, now one of the benefits is the movement of the diaphragm, and it's giving that massage to the abdominal organs, which is quite at a fast, strong pace. So Anyone who is having any hernia or any ulcer, or who has had abdominal surgery in the last 6 months, should be avoiding the fast breathing practice because it's too strong on the belly. Okay, and then anyone who is having a headache at this moment, they need to avoid. One other thing is that for some people, that fast breathing can make them feel a little bit dizzy or a little bit faint, and that is because the carbon dioxide levels have dropped. So if that is the case, then just take a deep breath in and hold the breath, and then it will help to increase that carbon dioxide level, and then you'll feel good again. But it is important when we do start the fast breathing that we build up very slowly with this kind of practice, because it is quite intense. So let's begin. So make sure that you're coming into a nice sitting position, any kind of meditative position that feels comfortable for you. And you can have your left hand on your knee. Keep your spine upright. Your other hand is going to be on your knee for now, but it will be moving into Pranava Mudra. So relax your shoulders, close your eyes. Take a deep breath in and out. And again, in and out. Make sure your body is nice and relaxed. Your breathing is nice and relaxed and slow and deep. Just be aware of your breath. Your body's relaxed. Okay, keeping your eyes closed, you're going to make the Pranava Mudra, so bending your index and middle finger and using the support of the other fingers around. Bring your hand up to your face, blocking your left nostril. Inhale right, block your right nostril, exhale left. Again, inhale right, exhale left. 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 Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. In, out, 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 in, out. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, and normal breathing. Keeping your eyes closed. Notice your breath. Keeping your body relaxed. Your breath is relaxed and normal. We're going to do one more round. So again, bringing the Pranava Mudra up to your face, blocking your left nostril. Inhale right, exhale left. 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 Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, in, out, 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 in, out. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, and normal breathing. Keeping our eyes closed. Notice how your body feels. And now slowly opening your eyes and releasing your position. We'll be moving into deep breathing. So we're going to learn how to do deep breathing to a ratio of 4:8. So deep breathing is a really important practice for all of us to do. It's a very helpful practice in preparation for pranayama. So you might think, oh, deep breathing is pranayama. Actually, pranayama is where we retain the breath with the bandhas, but deep breathing is a really good preparation for doing that. And it's very, very helpful for giving us more control over our lungs. It helps to improve our efficiency of our respiratory system. It has a really calming effect, so it's very good for stress, very good for anxiety. It helps to reduce the heart rate and also helps to reduce the blood pressure. And it's also very helpful for giving a nice massage to the abdominal organs. So when we do deep breathing, when we're expanding our lungs to that extent, the diaphragm is going to be moving downward. So that effect is going to have a nice massaging effect on those organs. So deep breathing is a very, very helpful practice to do, and it's basically the basis of all the different breathing practices. So what is really important here is when we're going to be doing the deep breathing and we're going to be doing that ratio, so we're going to be inhaling for 4 counts and exhaling for 8 counts, it's important that you breathe slowly and you don't rush, you don't try to breathe in steps. You're just going to very gently be breathing with those counts and then slowly exhaling. So for example, we inhale 2, 3, 4, exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So in this way it's very smooth. There's not going to be any kind of jerks, and we shouldn't be running out of breath. So we shouldn't have inhaled in 2 counts and be exhaling in, say, 2 counts or 4 counts. We should be able to breathe continuously with that inhalation and continuously out with that exhalation. So let's take practice of our deep breathing. So coming into a comfortable sitting position, you can have your hands into Dhyan Mudra. So your index and thumbs touching, palms facing upward, and make sure that your spine is upright, your chest is open, and your shoulders are relaxed. And you can close your eyes gently. Remember, if you need to sit on a cushion, you can do so. And breathing normally. So first become aware of the breath, flowing in and out. And notice what's moving in your body. We want to minimize the movement of the chest and maximize the movement of the belly, because then we'll be deeply breathing instead. We don't want to be doing just chest breathing. Okay, keeping your eyes closed, I'm going to start the counting of the deep breathing. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And normal breathing. We're going to do one more round, breathing in for 4 counts and exhaling for 8 counts. If you find it's a little bit difficult for you to do, then just do normal, natural breathing, okay? And try to increase the inhalation and the exhalation. Okay, so again, eyes closed, focus on the breath. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And normal breathing. Just keeping your eyes closed for a moment. Notice how you feel. And then slowly opening your eyes. Hurry on.